John Kavakis here with another edition of My Take. Today I want to talk to you about GLM's 1959 Lincoln Mark IV series. Now they've got 4 models in the series. They've been out for a couple weeks. I'm going to give you a close look at them today. But let's talk about the late 50s. And one of my favorite eras, designs that were polarizing. Either you loved them or you hated them, but back then they were just the pits. They were the brand newest, most beautiful, amazing cars that America had ever produced. And it's like the big three were in this competition to see who could build the largest, most ornate cars the world had ever seen. Cadillac, Lincoln, and Imperial, Chrysler. They were all building these gigantic land yachts, we call them. And, I love that phrase. But they were huge. I mean, this Lincoln we're talking about had a 131-inch wheelbase. That's longer than a lot of cars today. They were giants in the land, and we were driving them. We were riding them down the road. By 1959, the top-of-the-line cars offered by the big three were so gigantic they could barely fit in most of the garages that were made in suburban United States. So that's just an idea of what size it is. Sitting at the top of that heap of giant cars was the 1959 Lincoln Continental Mark V. Now, this was an incredible car. Lincoln did some amazing things in 1958. They revamped their entire lineup. They went some very clean, maybe even subdued designs in 56 and 57. But in 58, they had an all-new car. And it was an engineering marvel. It was a unibody construction. It was so unusual. It had new engine, had new transmission, all new interiors. They even revamped the Wixom plant. For all intents and purposes, it was an all-new plant to make this car. So it set a precedent in several different areas. And the fact of the matter was that these weren't just cars. They were the largest mass-produced cars the United States had ever seen, the world had ever seen. They weren't just big. They were engineering marvels, and so they were floaters. They had new suspensions, new features in them, and the interiors were just gigantic. The 1958 was controversial, and some people really didn't like it. Some people love it. You have to decide whether or not you like it. But it had several different features that really distinguished it from the other cars. It had that breezeway rear window. And that feature carried over to 1959. That's a feature that had been on Ford Motor Company concept cars and show cars for quite some time. It finally showed up in production on the Mercurys in 57, Lincolns in 1958, and it kind of set it apart from all of the other cars that are out there. The cars were big, the colors were bright, the interiors were lavish. There's never been a year quite like 1959 for American car design. And GLM has produced this model for us in 4 different versions. There's 3 sedans, and then they've produced a version of the Lincoln Continental Mark V town car as well, which was a formal limousine made by Hess and Eisenhart. I've got 3 of the 4 here to show you. We'll get them on the turntable and give you a close look at them, and then give you a little bit more information about them just a little bit. We do have all 4 vehicles. These are the 3 Continental Mark V sedans. As you can see, the colors are just spectacular. It's peacock green, glacier white, and black. The white is deep and lustrous. The peacock, I just have a soft spot for turquoise cars. So this is not really a green. It's more of a turquoise or blue-green. But in person, even in the lights here, I think we got the right colors. I worked hard on the lighting here. The colors are just spectacular. Here's a Mark V town car. This is a formal, not really a limousine, but a conversion done by Hess and Eisenhart. Beautiful job GLM did on replicating the roof. The texture on the roof is just really, really well done. As you can see, the trim, the paint, and everything is up to GLM's usual high standards. Take a look at the interior, the dash, the steering wheel, the door panels, the seats. They all have that one look, perfectly replicated. Even the sensor up on top of the dash to know when to dim the bright lights. Beautiful job. I'll tell you something. Interiors for me are make or break on a model, and this one's spectacular. Front of the car is artfully rendered, beautiful grille, incredible texture, realistic looking headlights, bumpers, and everything. But I want you to look at the design. They captured all the nuances of the design of this gigantic car, and it gives it the depth and length that the original design was supposed to convey. The back of the car is near perfect. Look at those taillights, the cant of the fins. There's that breezeway rear window. You can almost see the cigarette smoke floating out the back of it. And look at the two-tone steering wheel, which are appropriate colors for a black interior. Just beautifully done details, and they really pop and make the car look realistic. Here's some more detail to impress you. Just look at the trim on the front, the rear, around the rear roof, around the windshield, the door handles, the little tops on the fins in the back. Just beautifully rendered, realistic looking, great badging, realistic looking wheel covers. An excellent job all around. There they are. They're gigantic 143rd models. They were gigantic 1/1 cars. Now, like I said, these have been out for a while, so you're going to have to do maybe a little bit of searching. I know that Legacy Diecast has them. Toy Car Geek has them. If you can dig them up, they're going for about $129 plus shipping. A couple of the manufacturers, GLM is one of them, are doing their best to hold prices with the tariffs and everything. And most of the dealers are cooperating on that. But let's have some sympathy for the dealers, because a lot of these guys are absorbing the tariffs. And so they're not making quite as much money as they were making before. But you shop your favorite dealers, see if they've got them. The colors are spectacular. That peacock green, to me, is just beautiful. I love that color on the car. And this color really pops, as you saw. So, hey, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate your time. If you like the video, do me a favor. Give me a like down there in the right-hand corner. Love to have you as a subscriber. We got a lot more videos coming down the pike. I'm all caught up and ready to move forward. Hey, thanks for your time. I'll be back again soon.